So this is lecture 8. In lecture 8, mainly we will discuss the code converters. Okay, this is one of the important topic in combinational circuit. So how we can design a code converter circuit from one code to another. So in module 1 already we discussed different types of binary codes and alphanumeric codes, etc. BCD, uh, Gray code, okay, XS3 code and its features. So these are some important codes that we are used in logic circuit design or in digital electronics. And any combination you can design from binary to gray, gray to binary, and VCD to XS3, XS3 to binary, VCD to gray, and etc. So now in this particular lecture, we'll discuss 2-3 examples how we can design binary to gray, gray to binary, and BCD to XS3. So if you know this particular concept, we can design any code converters. The design procedure is C. Okay. So first we'll discuss how we can design a binary to gray code converter. And binary to gray code converter can be 3-bit, 4-bit, etc. So in this particular example, we'll discuss a 4-bit binary to a 4-bit gray code converter. Okay. So the binary bits are indicated B3, B2, B1, B0, and G3, G2, G1, G0 will be the gray output. So in order to design this particular binary sequence, binary to gray code sequence, mainly we need to construct the truth table. Okay. So when you construct the truth table, it's very important. First, we need to write the binary sequence. Okay. So here you can see the binary sequence. It's a 4-bit sequence. So you can write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So binary values of 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. 4-bit we are using. So you'll get 16 combinations. And the corresponding combinations are given in this particular so here you can see the gray code, gray output corresponding to each binary. So we need to write the gray code sequence from for the corresponding 0 to 15 binary sequence. So there is an easy way to write the binary sequence and the gray code sequence. Binary sequence, you are already comfortable with that, how we can write 16 for 4-bit binary sequence. So in order to write the gray output, first we can write 0, 1, that's okay. And if you know the 0, 1, just write the mirror image. So 0, 1, then 1, 0. Okay, just the mirror of the first two values. And if you know this value, first you can prefix the first two values 0 and remaining two values 1, 1. Okay. Or indirectly you can write this terms, because up to this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, sorry, 1, 1, 1, 0 is a sequence that we are using for the K-map. So you can easily write the 2-bit gray code sequence 0, 0, 0, 1, 3, and 2. So 0, 1, 3, 2. Okay. If you know the 2-bit sequence, then it's very easy to write the remaining. This is a 2-bit sequence, gray code sequence. Right, just write the mirror image. Okay, means 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Just reverse you can write. And if you know this, you can simply expand it into 3-bit by simply adding 4 zeros at this particular position and 4 ones at this particular position. Okay. You will get a 3-bit gray code sequence. Okay, this is actually an easy way to write the gray code sequence. And if you know the 3-bit sequence, just write the mirror of that particular thing. So the same values we will write in the reverse order first. Okay, then again add 8 zeros first position and 8 ones in the first position. So you'll get the remaining 8 sequence. So you can write the gray code sequence very easily. So this is a binary sorry, gray code equivalent of binary 0. So this is a gray code equivalent of 1. This is a gray code equivalent of 2. This is a gray code equivalent of 3. This is a gray code equivalent of 4, etc. Okay. So you can write this particular gray sequence in this particular table. Once you get this particular table, then we need to design each gray output. That is, these are the input B3, B2, B1, B0, B3, B2, B1, and B0 are the inputs. So we need to design each output line. So G3 is one output line, G2 is another output line, G1 is another output line, G0 is another output line. So we need to design G3 in terms of B3, B2, B1, B0. Similarly, you need to design G2, G1, and G0. So that's a procedure. So we can start with G0. Okay, here it is G0 is given. So we can think about G0. So we can see that G0 is 1 for this particular value. So if you write this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. For 1, G0 is 1 for binary 1, and G0 is 1 for binary 2, and G0 is 1 for binary 5 and 6, and it's for 9, and it's for 10 and 13 and 14. So we can indicate the values here 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And we can see that it's we can group like this. So once you group here, you will get B1 bar B0 here. Then another term is B1 B0 bar. So 4-bit group you can take. So if you combine these two, you can see that G0 is B0 XOR B1. So this is the first expression for G0. So output line G0 can be designed by using B0 and B1 by simply performing the XOR operations. Okay. Now we can design the next bit, next output line, that is G1. So again, you can use the same concept, but instead of G0, you need to check G1. So G1 is equal to 1 for, you can 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 50. So you know that here it is 1, for 2 it is 1, so 3 it's 1, 4 and 5, and here it is 10, 11, 12, 30. Okay, so you can see that the corresponding values are indicated. So here you can group 3 to 10, 11. It's a single group. So in row wise it's B2, sorry, column wise, yes, B2 bar. Okay, the first row and the last row. So B2 bar is common. Here it is B1. So we can write B2 bar B1. B2 bar B1 will be one term. Another term B2 B1 bar. Okay. So here B2 is common in this particular case. Here B1 bar. Okay. So B2. So again you can write B2 XOR B1. Similarly, you can take G2 value. So check the G2 value where it is 1. Okay. So you can see that these are the 1 values from 4 onwards. So this is 4 actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you indicate that values, you will get again 2 terms, B3 bar B2 plus B3 B2 bar. Okay, from this row, you can write B3 bar B2, here B3 B2 bar. So again, it's an XOR operation, B3 XOR B2. Finally, you can implement the G3. Okay, when you write G3, here you can see the last 8 values. Okay, if you group the last 8 values, it will be something like this. So 8 group. So the common term is B3. So you can write simply B3 is equal to, or G3 is equal to B3. So we got all these values. Okay, these are the ones we need to group, and now this is the logic circuit. So you can draw different lines: B3, B2, B1, B0, B3, B2, B1, B0, and first G3 is exactly B3. Okay, B3 and G3 are same. Okay, so you can directly connect this G3. Then G2 is equal to, you can see this is B3 and this is B2. So B3 XOR B2. Now G1 is equal to, you can see that B2 XOR B1. Okay. Now G0 is B1 XOR B0. So we can use XOR gates to implement this particular. The same thing I can implement The same diagram can in a different way. So here B0, B1, B2, V3 can indicate, and the first G0 is indicated B0 XOR B1. Exactly the same thing. And in some textbook, they will follow this kind of a circuit. And here it is B1 XOR B2, and next one is B2 XOR B3, and B3 and G3 are same. So this is the MSB and this is the LSB. Okay. So this is a binary to gray code converter. Now we can think about gray to binary converter. In gray to binary converter, at the input side, we need to connect gray code G3, G2, G1, G0 4-bit. Okay, it's a 4-bit gray to binary code converter. At the output side is B3, B2, B1, B0. So now comes the difference. So at first you need to write in the truth table. First you need to write the input side. You need to write the gray code, and at the output side you need to write the binary. In the previously we did in the opposite way. But when you write the input sequence, make sure that you are writing in a sequential order, binary sequential order. So why? Because when you implement the K-map, it will be easy. Okay. Actually, the gray code sequence is different, but you need to write the first input line in the binary order itself. So in order to get that, you need to write first. So this is a previous diagram, previous binary to gray, and in this case you can see that binary is written in the sequential order and corresponding gray code. Now we need to write gray code in a sequential order. Okay, so for example, this is the first value. Okay, this is the first value you need to write here. Okay, 0 0 0 0, and you need to write the corresponding binary output. So here you can see this is the corresponding binary output that you will write in the second place at the output side. Now we can see that here it is 0 0 1 1. For 0 0 1 1, the corresponding binary value is 0 0 1 0. Okay, see here it is written next value 0 0 1, so we need to find the 0 0 1. So this is 0 0 1. For 0 0 1 corresponds to 0 0 1 itself, so this is the second value. And third value 0 0 1 0, so 0 0 1 0 corresponds to 0 0 1 1. So here you can see that 0 0 1 1. So by in the reverse order you need to write in this particular truth table, that is gray to binary. Okay, actually we need the first table. To get this first table we can use the second table. Okay, this is for the first binary to gray code conversion. We need to use the second truth table, but in this particular case we need to use the first table, and here the gray sequences are written in another order, not the usual sequential order. We will write this in the binary sequential order, but at the right side this is not exactly the binary output. Okay, binary output will be in a different order. So in order to write this, you need to write gray in a sequential way, a binary sequential way, and binary in the corresponding code. Okay, so make sure that the table is comfortable with you, comfortable for you, and once you get the table, then the process is exactly same. So first we need to design B0 as a function of G3, G2, G1, G0. Okay, so in G3, G2, G1, G0, so if you label in the sequential order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's not equivalent of 0 or 1, some etc., but it's a sequential order. So directly you can write, for example, this is B0 is 1. Here also it's 1. Okay. Here it is 1. It is 1. It is 1. So 1, 2, then 5, 6, then 9, 10, and 13, 14. Okay. So you can see the corresponding values. And once you get the diagonal ones, we know that it's equivalent to, it's an actually trick. We cannot group like this, but when you get the diagonal term, we know that it's an XOR operation. Okay. So, or you can directly simplify this. First write the B0 for each term. So if you write the B for this particular group, it will be G3, G2 bar and G1 bar, G0. Similarly, for each term, you need to write, okay, here for G3 bar, G2, sorry, G2 bar, then for the next term, G1 and G0 bar. Similarly, you need to write all the 8 combinations, okay, and you can simplify. But when you get a K-map like this, alternate ones, okay, and if it is in the diagonal form, you can say that this is a the result will be in the XOR operation. So G3 XOR G2 XOR G1 XOR G0 will be the final answer. Or you can simplify this particular Boolean expression. Okay. So now we can design the next binary value, that is B1. B1 in terms of G3, G2, G1, G0. So verify for the different values of 1. Okay, these are the different values of 1. So write the different values of 1. You will get different group, and if you group this, you will get G3 XOR G2 XOR G1. Okay. So after simplification of this particular value, okay, you can group these two values, G1 here, and here you can G1 bar you can group. Okay. So you get some common terms, and after rearranging you will get G3 plus G3 XOR G2 XOR G1. XOR operation means if it is Y means X bar Y plus X Y bar. So this will be the XOR operation. Okay. In a similar way you can write. Now if you look at the B2 bit, again you will get different values, 8 different ones will be there, and after grouping it's G3 G2 and G3 G2 bar. So again it's an XOR operation between G3 and G2. Okay, and this is the last B3 MSB bit of binary, and here you can see that again it's a single group and the common term is G3. So B3 is equal to G3, and you can see that the lower 8 values, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will be 8 to 15 will be 1. So B3 is equal to G3. Okay, so we got all the values. Now we can design it. So B3 is exactly G3. So we can directly connect like this. And B2 is equal to G3 XOR G2. And here it is B1, which is equal to G3 XOR G2 XOR G1. Okay, now B0 is equal to G3 XOR G2 XOR G1 XOR G0. So we got all these values. But if you look at this particular output combination, here you can see that this G3 B G2, okay, which is equal to B2. So I can replace this G3 G2 by this term. Okay, so in the similar way I can perform the next operation also, because this G3 XOR G2 XOR G3 is simplified as B1. So this G1 XOR G2 XOR G3 can be simply replaced by B1. So I can redraw this diagram like this. So G3 I can write directly B3. So B2 I can write G3 XOR G2. Okay, and B1 you can write G1 XOR B2. Okay, so I can replace this G2 XOR G3 by B2. But only one thing that we discussed in look ahead carry or parallel adder problem. Once you get B2, then only you can calculate B1. So that's a problem in this particular structure, because by using G3 and G2 you will calculate B2. Once you get the proper answer for B2, then only you can feed back to the input side of the second XOR gate. and that XOR will operate G1 and the result of B2, then it will produce B1. So you need to wait for some time. That's the only problem in this particular circuit, but circuit complexity is less. Here you can see the number of lines connected, it's more. And also this is a 2 input XOR, this is 3 input and 4 input XOR. And if you expand the circuit, definitely the number of lines will be more, and more input lines is required for XOR gate. That's again difficult. So if you compare with that, the second diagram is more convenient. Okay. So similarly, B0 can be calculated G0 XOR B1, where B1 is equal to G1 XOR B2. Okay, and B2 is equal to G3 XOR G2. So in this way also you can design gray to binary code. Now we'll discuss another concept. Here we can perform so in BCD to XS3 code. I'll just give you what I mean by BCD. BCD means actually the binary code for the decimal number 0 to 9. Okay, it's a 4-bit binary equivalent. So 0 can be directly written as 000, 9 can be 1001. Okay, and in BCD code, it's actually 4-bit. By using 4-bit, we can write 2 raised to 4 16 combinations. That is, after this 1001, you can write 1010, 1011, 1100, 1101, 1110, 1111. So the 6 combination will consider as an invalid combination, invalid input combination in the case of BCD, because BCD numbers are only from 0 to 9. So, but by using the 4-bit binary, you can write from 000 to 1111. So 4 ones. So that is 0 to 15 you can write, but in BCD we are only using up to 9. So other codes we are considered as invalid codes or don't care conditions. Okay. So the 6 combinations we will consider as the don't care condition. So we will not expect such inputs in the case of BCD, because input is BCD. Okay, never expect such kind of input in the case of BCD. And XS3 means BCD plus 3. Okay, when you perform plus 3, 3 means 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, if you add, you will get XS3 code. And BCD plus 3 is known as XS3 code. And in the case of XS3 code, or the binary 0 is represented as 0011 in the case of XS3. Because when you add plus 3, you will get 3. 1 is represented as 0100, which is 1 plus 3, you will get 4. Okay. And similarly, if you write 9, it's 9 plus 3, it becomes 12. So 1100 will be the representation of 9 in XS3. And in the case of XS3, the invalid codes 000 will be invalid code, 0001, 0011. It's considered as the invalid codes. 3 invalid codes at the starting. And then after this, 9 is the BCD code. 9 plus 3, 12 you will get. So the remaining codes, if you perform 10 plus 3, you will get 13. So 1101, 1110, 1111, the other 3 codes. So again 6 invalid codes at the output level. Okay. So now we'll write the K map. So this is the XS3 code for 0 to 9. So 0 is represented as 3, 1 is represented as 4, 2 is represented as 5, then 3 is represented as 8, sorry, 3 is represented as 6, and 4, 7, etc. And 9 will be 12. Okay. And first we can design for Z, XS3 code value Z. Okay. Now we can see that Z is equal to 1 for the binary input 0. Okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0, and this is 2, and here it is 4, 6, and 8. So you can see that 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are indicated as 1, and the other codes from 10 to 15. 10, Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is indicated as the don't care condition. And now we need to group this once. So if you look at this particular key map, here you can make a group of 8 by considering the first column and the last column. Okay, so this can be considered as one group. And in this particular group, you can see that D bar is the common. So here you can set it's written D slash or D bar. Okay, both are signed. So D bar is equal to D bar. Now, so this is D bar. So here it is D complement. Okay. Now similarly, you need to design for Y. So Y is equal to 1 for the combinations. Here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combinations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combinations. Okay. 0 will be there. 4 and corresponding. If you write like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's very easy to write. So you can indicate all the ones, and from 10 to 15 you will consider as a don't care conditions. We already explained that. So there is a don't care condition. So you can indicate 2 groups. So this is one group and this is another group. So by including the don't care, you will get a 4-bit group. So this is equivalent to C bar D bar, and this is equivalent to CD. Okay, so here you can see that C complement and D complement, or you can write CD plus C bar D bar, which is equal to XOR operation C plus D the whole bar, or you can write C XOR D. Okay, now we can design X, and in this case X you will get 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you can see that from 1 to 4 you need to write. So 1 to 4 it's 1, and 9 also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. And remaining 10 to 15 don't care. So don't care condition indicated as X. So if you group the terms, here you will get one group. Okay, so which is indicated as first row and last row. If you consider, it becomes B bar, and here it is D. When B bar D is there, so this is B bar D, so B complement D. Then if you consider, okay, sorry, this 6 is not in this particular group, so this is some mistake. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 ones, 3 is 2, so this is actually 0. So if it is 0, you can group like this. So we can not consider this. So this is simply a 2 one group, and if you write like this, here it is B, and the top it's C bar D bar. So you can write it's B C bar D bar. And if you consider the last 2 ones, you can make it by considering the don't care condition, you'll get a 4-bit group. So if it is a 4-bit group, the column wise and row wise, the first and last row means it's B bar. Last 2 column means it's C. So B bar C. B bar C. So B complement C. Okay. So you will get some expression for X. And finally, this is for W. W is, I can see that from 5 onwards up to 9. 5 to 9. So you can get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remaining values 10 to 15 don't care. So you can see the other values are don't care values. And if you group, you can consider one 8 group, 1 group including a don't care condition. So this is equivalent to A. Okay. And if you consider 4 ones including this don't care, it becomes B and D. So BD will be there, and you can also consider one more group. So if you consider this particular group, it's row wise it's B, and column wise it's C. So BC. So A plus BC plus B. And finally, we need to write the we need to draw the circuit diagram. So you can see that it is D bar. So this is D and this is D bar, actually D complement, and Y is equal to CD plus C bar D bar. So you can see that, and all the functions are the circuit is drawn based on this particular equation. Okay, here you can see the circuit. Okay. Now similarly, you can design any circuit, any code converter circuit, by simply writing the truth table at one side, input values and output values, and you can design output value for each for different combinations of input. Okay. So here the functions, the logic circuit is implemented for W, X, Y, and Z.